Okay, so we're playing Museum Mystery again. I've already gone through once where I suppose I died. I don't even know. We're going to Neferet. Gonna go start into the Hall of Egypt. Um, I'm not sure if this is a finished game or not. I really don't know. But it is an interesting roguelike card deck builder. You really do play with actual cards in this. These are some pretty standard enemies for the Hall of Egypt. The Scarab does have a regeneration ability, which is a bit annoying. I tend to not like the regenerative enemies in these types of games. I don't like them in Slay the Spire. I don't like them here because it feels like you're just trying to defeat the same enemy over and over again. Again, this is a pretty basic game. You have your attack cards, your defend cards. The wounds aren't really the same as damage. The wounds sort of become damage when the combat is finished. So I find it a little bit irritating that you restore wounds, but it doesn't actually restore health. That comes a bit later. It's difficult to regain health in this game, especially at first. You're really more trying to do, restoring the wounds to avoid taking the damage in the first place, but that is how you end up dying and going back into that front hall that you saw. I really honestly can't remember. This is the second time I've opened and played this game, and I don't remember if I had died or just, clicked out of the game and it just sent me back to the opening hall. This is an early access type of game. I did get this for free because it is, in beta basically. But I do think it has a lot of promise. I'm really not sure if this is going to end up being a finished game at this level, at this stage. I want to play it through to as much as I have currently available because I do want to see this through to the end. And I do plan on giving some feedback to the developers about this. It would be honestly nice if there was some options for the cards at the beginning because it is a bit boring to have just these basic cards of attack and defend. Healing wounds is basically your version of defense. And the enemies are a little bit repetitive at first, and the more interesting part of the early stages of the game is the exploration. I do like the overworld that they have in this. I've always been really interested in ancient Egypt, and I think it's really interesting the styling that they've put this mythology into this game, that you're basically fighting these, ancient Egyptian gods and legends that you might see in a hieroglyph. It has a little bit of a Moon Knight kind of vibe to it, and there you could see me upping the deck a little bit. As I've said, I wish that there was more options. In Slay the Spire, once you've played a bit, there's different things that you can have for the starting deck. You can kind of change up. There's artifacts and options and things like that, relics. I feel like this game, it would benefit from something like that. A lot of these types of just roguelike deck builder games, they have a very similar interface, very similar gameplay. This isn't too different, except the overworld map does add a little bit of a flair to it that, in my opinion, makes it kind of special. I haven't, obviously finished the entire game at this point, but I do like what I'm seeing so far. It's a little bit, I don't know, I think it's a little bit more fun than Die in the Dungeons, which I played a bit too. That's another roguelike. So far, my favorite has been Slay the Spire, but I do like this type of a gameplay, so I'm always wanting to try, the different ones and see how they compare, see how they stack up. I've been wanting to play this one a bit more, but I wanted to go back through and kind of look back at the gameplay, which is what I'm really doing now. This is me sort of commenting on my past gameplay and just trying to see what I did that was working, what was not working so much, so I could kind of try to just sort of qualify my next playthrough with that knowledge. I just it feels sort of like playing a demo in a lot of ways because it's hard to tell if you've even saved, what your progress is, where you're going to go next. I don't like it when I end up replaying the same parts of the game multiple times, so it'll be interesting to see when I reopen it, play it again. Did it save my progress accurately? Am I at the correct area that I should be at? Did I, keep the cards? What do you keep exactly when you reset? I believe your cards reset to the basic ones at the beginning, and you get these like artifacts or whatever they're specifically called that give you bonuses. And I was looking at that at the very beginning of the game in the little bookshelf. I do like the Ankh that the attacks restore HP. That's sort of what I end up focusing on in this particular game, because there's not rest sites, there's not places you can forge that I've seen so far. So during the combat is really your only option when it comes to like getting your HP back. And it seems like if you fail at that, you die, and the hope is that you've gotten some kind of an artifact to help you when you have to restart that level again. Again, I use the mummy to restore the HP because, curing wounds, it stops you from being damaged, but that's not really the same in any way as healing yourself. And with no rest sites, I'm really focusing on that in combat, because it doesn't matter how quickly you damage the enemies, you need to be able to heal yourself so that you don't, succumb after these endless battles. I don't remember what the cat does. Specifically in play. The Forge of Hephaestus. You can blacksmith and forge. Okay, so you can forge at this and upgrade your cards, which is nice. I wasn't happy because I don't like the cards that are available to be forged. It's just like the most basic ones, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Just find heal wounds and a damage card to be absorbed. I don't even know. Whatever, it damages more. I don't feel like that was super helpful or super useful in terms of what you can do, because again, you're limited in what you can forge, you're limited in what you can do. The instructions weren't super clear on that, to me at least. But at least I'm not fighting a scarab, which is nice. I definitely want to heal, but again, I don't have that energy to be able to heal everything, and curing wounds isn't really going to help me as much as actually healing that HP, which is what I really want to go for with this situation. So the battle isn't actually going that badly. I'm going to survive this one, mild spoiler alert. I really like that mummification, and I'm really curious, just how many cards are there in the game that I've left to unlock? I think I'm just going to go for straight damage, just brute force this mummy guy here. And then he's gone. I like getting the new cards because that's what I like about these roguelite or roguelike deck builders. I've heard it both ways. I've heard roguelike and I've heard roguelite. I'm really not sure where those terms come from, but they're some of my favorite games to play, actually. Again, here's the annoying scarab that's back. Don't really love this guy, but we're gonna dispatch of him. What am I about to do? Just as much damage as possible while he heals. I mean, he's not going to damage me, so I'm going to focus on damaging him. He's not going to do a lot of wounds. He did one wound, I guess. But, yeah, still focusing on those healings that I'm going to get in the combats. This isn't one of those games where the cards tend to, get used up after the battles. They tend to stay with you. I don't know if I've seen many or even any that are one battle use only. I know some games it's what was it? Slay the Spire has the potions, and those are single-use items. You use them once in one battle, and the potion's done. I don't know if this has that type of a mechanic later in the game, but I haven't really encountered it yet. Bastet's Smile. I do like that type of mechanic. I basically want to just focus on healing, which basically what the scarabs are doing, because that's what's going to get you that longevity to be able to really complete the game here. Yeah, with the two scarabs, I mean, I'm always trying and focus fire, but I really have to focus, focus fire, because otherwise you're never gonna get them. This, I like the map. I like this like scaffolding kind of map, but I did find it kind of confusing to figure out where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, I went on the little gangplank to get to this battle. Pretty standard. We have the mummy and we have the Anubis. Just brute force them. What am I focusing on? I'm focusing on, yeah, the Anubis is weaker, but I still want to just kind of defeat both of them. Yeah, the inspiration is interesting. That's that purple meter over there. I don't feel like it's super necessary to have a bunch of inspiration, but I feel like those cards, I feel like there's a few that didn't require any energy, and I'm always down to do a 0 energy card, whatever game I'm playing, because it's like, unless it's something really useless and I don't even want to bother, or in some games it could even have what I would consider a negative effect, then I'm not going to use it then, but like, why not? Get from the little chest. What is this? Just 3 basic enemies again. It's a little bit repetitive because there's not too many different types of enemies. I would have liked to seen, more variety. I know this is like the first real world or the first level in this game, but it still feels kind of basic at first. I like the graphics, I like the mechanics, but I would like, some more variety to kind of change it up a little bit. With Monster Train, that was interesting because it was the same bosses every single time. I think there was a couple that might have changed, but it was either the exact same every time or like one of 2 for some of them. And with this, there's just a few types of enemies, and it's sort of the same enemies throughout this level. I don't know. It gets kind of repetitive. I would like to see more variety of the cards. I think that would make it a bit more interesting too. But again, this is the early part of the game, so I really don't know how this is going to go. I've activated my special power with the inspiration. Again, I don't know that I really need that, but if inspiration is easy to get, I might as well use it. I really just want that water jug. I want that, HP restore, because otherwise, I'm back at the museum lobby. And then we have these dog enemies. Yeah, I'm just brute forcing and healing, really. I feel like this is fun, but at the same time, it feels very repetitive to play this, and I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm in a temple, I see the mummy, we're doing this, we're doing that. I'm going to get damage and inspiration. That's kind of a combo. And that water jug is one of the ones that I'm happy about the water jug. Again, I might as well get inspiration. And then I'm just probably going to brute force this guy. I really only feel like I need the cure wounds, like, very rarely. And then I'm not enough energy. I'm kind of wondering if I'll get more energy later, or if there's cards that have a mechanic for upping your energy at some point. I found the card. Healing deals 2 damage to a random enemy. I really like that because I like healing. And that way I can really kind of focus more, like even more on healing. Because again, like, there's no rest areas that I've seen in this game so far. There's not really a way to heal outside of combat that I've discovered yet. So combat is kind of my one shot to heal. So you're trying to heal and fix. Okay. A canopic jar is where the organs of deceased are. I'm supposed to find those. This is my next quest. Feels like I'm starting to get more into the meat of this story mode. Oh, mummy. Is that you? I've interacted with the mummy. It's kind of interesting how I've been fighting mummies this whole time, and then there was one that just came up and it was just like a regular character in the story. Help me. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. And then you have to do this. Nothing there. I feel like, yep, there it is. It was a mimic, or, a mummy. But that's kind of cute how it's like kind of hopping there, floating and hopping and shaking. It's like the configurious Pokemon, or whatever, however you say that Pokemon. I don't think this one heals too much, does it? This guy's weird. I don't know. I feel like I don't see too many of the mummies enemies, but this is part where it's like you don't know what you're gonna get when you open up the sarcophagi. And that's funny. I use the mummy to help me heal in the battle with the mummy. Yeah, it's not super strong. It only has 15 HP versus my 100. So what am I doing here? Just fighting it. There's nothing here. I dispatched that one fairly easily. More of these guys. Yeah, I kind of like the story of this. I think it's an interesting concept. It actually does feel a bit Lovecraftian to be exploring this, abandoned museum at night. Feel a little bit like a historian kind of, and I like that vibe. I like Egyptian lore just for myself. Let's see, am I going to activate it? Yeah, I activated it. Boom. Pow. And yeah, the battle continues. I really just find the scarabs annoying. I don't know. Their healing ability just irritates me. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering like what the story is going to be, if it's going to progress, if it's going to get to have some more deeper lore throughout. Again, I've just started this and I haven't really gotten that deep into it. I do want to complete this game, actually. I'm curious, like, how it's all going to shake out, how long it is. Is it like, I believe it's Egypt, Greece, something else. I wonder how many ancient kingdoms we're going to see. Oh, I got one. Oh, the Sphinx, answer the riddle. What can be broken without touching? It's a promise. Yay! I wonder what would happen if I chose glass. Like, would it have fought me or just not let me go through? Sometimes I like to play games the wrong way just to, like, get all the possibilities. Sometimes I feel like I'm playing my life all the wrong way and I'm getting all the wrong bad end possibilities, so there's that. I like that I have some higher damage weapons now. It's kind of nice. Am I going to use the lighthouse? Am I going to get inspiration? Just going to hack and slash these guys. What else am I doing? Like, just waiting for this battle to play out, I sped up the footage because I felt... So I had to go get my dog. You could hear her barking in the background because I don't want to just have her barking like annoying neighbors while I'm doing this, but alright. You actually saw the scarabs that time on the map. They look a little bit different, a little bit more jewel-like. I wasn't even paying attention earlier. The mummy wanted his cat back, and I restored his cat to him. That's kind of cool. So you're welcome, friendly overworld mummy, and you're welcome for me restoring your cat to you. I wonder what else there's going to be, if there's going to be more like interactive characters, because there haven't really been too many. There's Neferet the duck, there's that one mummy. Here I go activating that purple power. It's just, I really feel like this is an early access game. I think I got this free to play. It's not bad with the mechanics though. I really feel like it's sort of similar to like how I feel about Deltarune in a lot of ways. If you played, the original Undertale, like that game was so like S tier good that I had to play Deltarune. I was kind of apprehensive because I knew that Deltarune wasn't finished and I just wanted to like play the finished game, but I did start it. So I'm wondering, and I'm really hoping that this is not the case with this game, that I'm worried that this will be one that I'm playing and enjoying and getting into, and then it'll just sort of suddenly end. Okay, there's the canopic jars. And I'm off to explore further. What am I going to find? More of these bad guys. But yeah, I'm wondering like what the story is going to be like as it progresses forward throughout. Like, is it just going to end suddenly? Like, is it going to be this level and the Greek level, and then that's it? That's the game, like back to beta? Or did they release the full game? Are they going to tweak it somehow? And if so, in what way? Is it like a once human situation where they're going to be constantly updating it? Because that's kind of no bueno. But it feels like they're keeping it a little bit simpler than that. And I feel like they might add a little bit to the mechanics, but it feels more done. But again, it just feels like it could use some more like variety. And instead of just being so basic. Like, I love that about Slay the Spire is just the massive variety of the cards and the extra mechanics and stuff. And there's a sarcophagus I have to defeat a little bit later. But I like how it's never even close to the same. Like, I'm posting my runs of Slay the Spire because I feel like they're, interesting. Like, if you play that game and you want to see my ham-fisted stumbling through it, it's available on YouTube as well. This is not exactly rocket science with this game. It's pretty much like straightforward brute forcing it. There's not really a ton of strategy involved. But it is fun. I do enjoy it. It's relaxing. It's something I could play if I'm having like a day where my brain feels like it's kind of melted already. Oh, I got a new card and a new level. Maximum damage because of course. Oh, that was kind of cool. The mummy looked almost neon on the overworld right there. But yeah, if you do like my content, please do subscribe. I do appreciate it. It makes me feel like, I should keep making these. I should keep going. I want to kind of expand on my YouTube content and just expand the channel and just try to make it a little bit better. Like in this one, I totally screwed up the original recording when I was streaming it on Twitch, and I didn't record the audio at all. I might have even posted it on Twitch with no audio, which is like really boring. It's like watching a security camera footage. So I had to go back in and put the commentary because like, why would you watch this silently? Like, that's just mind numbing. Nobody wants that. Even I don't want that. I mean, I'm talking about, I can use my new card. I might use it on that guy. I should have used it on the sarcophagus guy because that would have almost taken him out, but I think I was trying to min-max this, or, force focus, not min-max, focus fire. That's what I'm trying. Ooh, a collection card. It's lovely. I absolutely love getting to pick my new cards. It makes it so much more interesting. And the annoying scarabs, they're back. They're always back. It just makes the combat take so much longer. It's frustrating. I don't know. I wish there was like a prevent enemy healing card. That would be kind of cool. I know some games have that kind of thing. And it would be nice if there was more to do in the overworld. I like that we're getting more as I've progressed through the Hall of Egypt. We got those sarcophagi that I was kind of rooting through. Is it a mimic? Is it not a mimic? I don't know. Restoring that HP because that's the most important thing to do at all times. The scarab is just playing dead because it's turd. It's just a little turd character. I don't even know. Did I get it that time? Yes, I did. Each attack restores 1 HP. That's like my favorite right there. I love it when I can kind of double wheel. Oh, restore wounds? No, that's stupid. The Forge of Hephaestus. Okay, I can upgrade a card, which is nice. I don't want to restore wounds. That's stupid. Do I end up restoring the wounds? I don't even know. It went by too quick. I couldn't see. All I know is that like restoring wounds is so much worse than actually healing. And I just want more healing cards or like a rest site or a healing station. That would be amazing. or if my like purple power that is locked right now could heal me somehow instead of whatever, like that would be ideal. Or it'd be nice to have like a card that it's sort of like a vampire type of mechanic where like you take the HP from the enemies to yourself. I mean, at least I guess that cat one is sort of similar to that because when I hit them, I heal as well. That's fairly close to that. I like it when things really do dual purpose like that. And I'm really not happy with how low my HP is, especially since this is like my chance to restore it. I need to cure those wounds now and hopefully try to get some HP. I got inspiration. Oh my god, my dog's breath is so bad on my lap right now. She just like either yawned or like threw up in her mouth a little bit. It's so bad. Oh my god, she's just sitting in my lap being stinky, but I love her so much. Okay. Yeah, I'm focusing on healing me. Focus on myself. I don't need that. Oh, it was healing gives damage, not the other way around. My bad. What do I get from this? 20 gold. I forget where I spend the gold. I think there's a shop in like the lobby, which is kind of like an actual museum. There's always that gift shop that's right in the lobby. It's really pretty there. Their little botanical garden with the lily ponds on either side. It's a very peaceful type of a museum. I don't know if I've ever been in a museum this elaborate before. I also like that you kind of time travel back to literal ancient Egypt at one point, like out of the museum. That's pretty cool. It's sort of mystical the way that this is. What am I doing? It's the enemy's turn. And it does show you what they're gonna do. There's attack, defend, and heal. I think the sarcophagus, it does heal itself, but not as much as the scarab, or it's not as focused on healing as the scarab, I don't think. The scarab, I kind of ignore it, I think, till the last, because it's like, if it's gonna restore itself, why not just focus on the enemy that cannot heal? Take that one out, and then we, focus on healing me in the meantime. If it's just going to heal itself, it can't heal and attack at the same time. These enemies are fairly simple with what they can do. So if it's going to be healing itself, then I don't really need to worry about attacking it. I can heal myself. There's not really a lot of defense in this. What did I end up picking? Reduce healing by 3 turns. Oh, here's another guy. Yeah, my HP is getting like really low, and I don't remember how this ended. It's been a while since I've specifically played this instance of this game. I've been playing other stuff. So the fact that my HP is getting this low and it's getting close to the end of the video, I don't think this is going to end well for me. I think this ends badly for my character. I definitely want to try to focus on healing those wounds and healing myself because, things are not looking too for Mr. Security Guard over here. I forget the guy's name. Max? Was his name Max? I don't know. I have to look up the guy's name. But things are not looking well for Mr. Security Guard over here. He's going to hit him with his little flashlight. But yeah. It's one of those where I think my cards go away. I have to check this, but I keep like the artifacts that I have. So like you do get to keep some stuff when you die. It's not like you lose everything. It's not like you keep everything, but also if you mess up in your card selection and that's what caused you to die, it can be a nice kind of a reset because, oh, I'm in the lobby. Oh, there's the gift shop. Oh, they call them relics. The artifacts are relics. And okay. So I'm gonna look and maybe buy some new relics. Let's see. What am I gonna get? I got that guy, and then yeah, I think that's it.